So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Huddle for Friday, May 14th of 2021. Today, I'm super excited because we have two amazing entrepreneurs as featured guests today. They're going to share their experience and what they're working on, and we're going to talk to them about what it takes to succeed as an entrepreneur and what we need to do to get there. But before I introduce them, I have two quick housekeeping items to share with you guys from other members of the huddle. So let me do that now. I want to share with you some opportunities here that you may be interested in. So the first one is from the Small Business Development Division. From our friend Lawanda Wright Robinson. She sent this. It's going to be on May 28th, and I see folks are coming in. Access to Capital Workshop, part of our financial assistance workshop series. So this is going to be a virtual meeting on May 28th from 10 to 12. And they're going to be sharing a lot of great information like what do I need to get approved for a business loan? How much will it cost my business? Hear from banks and community lenders on what solutions are available for your business. So if you want to learn how to access capital, how to make your business more bankable, which is an important step in working with the county or with the school board or with Jackson Health, they're always going to be looking for those businesses that can not only meet the project requirements, but that are financially stable enough to access those contracts. So please check it out. Get to know the Small Business Development Division of Miami-Dade County and the Internal Services Department. Ms. Lawanda Wright Robinson has been with us in the huddle, so you already know her. You can see the replay of those sessions in the YouTube for Accelerate South Dade. And so, it's something that is very much worth looking into. The other thing, and I'm going to stop the share. The other thing I wanted to share with you is from Ms. Dr. Flor Latortu. She shared this event that's happening tomorrow, guys. So this is from the Association of Exchange and Development of Activities and Partnership. It's a meet and greet, community leaders, neighbors, organizations, artists, families, friends, and in South Dade for the annual Haitian Heritage Celebration. So it's going to happen tomorrow on the 15th from 9 to 1 p.m. at South Miami Heights Haitian Baptist Emmanuel at 17201 Southwest 103rd Avenue. I'm going to be there around 11 and hang out for a little bit, get to know that community and connect with them, right? Because that's what networking is all about. And the more friends we have, the more successful we're going to be in business or anything else in life. So check that out and support this group. And I hope to see you there. And that was it for sharing those two items. So keep in mind, I'm going to try to put those PDFs into the chat box. And if you have any information you want to share with the group, let me know ahead of time, and I'll be glad to pass you the mic and we can share. And also, if you have flyers or if you have information you want to share on the chat box, please go ahead and do so, okay? So now, without further ado, let me introduce our featured guests. Kemyana Bey and Ann Johnson. They are beauty bosses, real estate investors, and nonprofit leaders. And I can tell you, I was working with them last Friday with the mayor, and they're amazing. And in 2012, they launched the Perfect Salon Suites. Last week, they had the grand opening and ribbon cutting for their luxury salon rental space inside of the Mall of the Americas. I was there with the mayor, like I said, and we were celebrating with them everything they've been able to accomplish. Not only, the cool thing about entrepreneurs is they enrich themselves, of course, that's the whole point, but also not without enriching other people. And seeing their clients that were so happy to be celebrating with them was amazing. So it was a lot of fun, and we were all very impressed with everything that they were able to build together and accomplish, and all the success they've had. And we were just so happy to be a part of that. They also recently launched Private Label Queens, a line of customizable beauty, cosmetics, and personal care products, all paraben-free and cruelty-free. And in 2014, as if that weren't enough, they also established the Women's Enchantment Centers of the Americas, a nonprofit that empowers and supports women in the workplace and marketplace through career prep, mentorship, financial planning, and more. So please help me welcome Kemyana Bey and Ann Johnson to the Morning Huddle.
Yay, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday.
Happy
Thank you for
Friday.
having us.
What an introduction, Danilo. Thank you.
Yeah, I went Michael Buffer on that one. Yes, thank you. So one of the things I want to ask you is just kind of share with us a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey. I mean, you guys have accomplished so much. One of the things I want to do in the huddle is to feature successful, accomplished entrepreneurs so they can come back to us. And for those of us that are starting out, how do we get to that level? What does it take, right? And so share with us your entrepreneurial journey, guys.
Well, one thing I can tell you is it's been ups and downs. A lot of times when people get so excited about starting a business, it's all great and dandy, but then comes the challenges. And a lot of times people see us on, Instagram and Facebook, and they see the reward part. But I like to talk too about the struggle, and that struggle is okay. A lot of times we're not okay with failure. And we sometimes have to try and try and try until we get it right. And that is okay. One thing I did learn throughout my journey is the power of manifestation, the power of belief, and the power of mindset. Because a lot of times when we get ready to do things, I'm a person, I can tell you, I'm just, as the old saying goes, balls to the walls. I just want to get it done. And Anne is more of the type that'll sit back, and she's a little bit more methodical. So having, a mentor or someone else in your life that you can that you can look to for guidance, mentorship is very important. And that's why I always try to mentor and give back. I make that my purpose nowadays, because people do go through struggles and they do need that voice of reason as they're starting. I think that I've always been the kind that like to, make my own way since I was a child. I've always dreamed of having my own business. My father worked for he worked my mother was in government, and my father worked for a plant as a foreman for 30 something years. And he always instilled in me to try to have my own business. So I grew up with that mentality and that mindset, but I didn't quite know how to go about it. So I worked in corporate for a long time. And sometimes that's what I want to tell people. Sometimes you have to crawl before you walk, or, walk before you run. It is okay to have a job and pursue your passion at the same time. A lot of people want all or nothing, and it doesn't work that way. I did work a corporate job. I was with H&R Block. I ran about 25 offices here in the Miami-Dade County for many years. And I did both businesses. I sold hair out of the trunk of my car for a long time. A lot of times we want everything instant, and it doesn't work that way. There's a lot of things I would have done differently. So the advice I give to my new entrepreneurs is so relevant in how you can get things done.
Fantastic. And you wanted to add to that? You want to add to that? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us today. So I'm Ann Johnson Bey, and I took the opposite route. I took the American dream of go to school, get a degree, get a good job, and I did all that. After college, I worked for Chrysler, had internships with Toyota and Sony. So I worked for a lot of big names companies. I've been a program manager, pilot build manager, and engineering manager. So entrepreneurship was very scary for me, and I'm not a jump into the pool type person. So even though I had been looking to start a business for more than a decade, what finally felt good for me, acceptable for me and my level of risk, I would say I'm a conservative risk taker, was real estate. So I bought a duplex. And even though I was making executive money, I was still scared to buy a $40,000 duplex in Indianapolis, Indiana, if that tells you anything about my timidness. I like to share this because, like you said, people who want to go into entrepreneurship, I like them to understand that not all of us are the same. Kemyana is I think I believe in this, and she goes for it, and me, I research it forever. So we're a good balance. So the duplex was a great thing for me, and I got fired within 3 or 4 months of closing on the duplex. So I felt blessed because I moved in one side and rented out the other. I was like, oh, thank you. So it was a great move, and it was a great sacrifice to go from paying somebody rent to actually putting a little money in my pocket every month, got in unemployment. And of course, I had a job right away. So how did I get into entrepreneurship? That was the first one with the duplex. And then when Kemyana and I met, she was doing salon suites. She was a bit tired of them, ready to sell them because a lot of things weren't going right with not the beauty business, but the other part of the business, the electrical, the HVAC, the plumbing, things that I was able to come in and help. And even just the process improvement of, hey, what is the strategy in your business? Where are you spending your time and money, and where should you be spending your time and money? Having business partners sometimes can pull you in different directions because now you're introducing a different set of values and priorities. So I seen a lot of that when I met her. I was a little timid at first to speak up, but the more I watched, the more I just kept kind of observing and sharing. And together we really started making some moves. And next thing you know, we're expanding at one location. And then here, as you said, you were celebrating with the mayor with mariachi bands and DJs and the folks that come to the mall, and just celebrating with our suite owners. And it was just such an uplifting day to have people there, knowing we're all going to make money together. And just the vibrations were so high. So, you know, for those of us that believe in a higher power, just that good energy, it was amazing.
And don't forget the wall of mimosas. That was cool.
Yeah,
the best.
I was
Which
working
I didn't
so hard, I
even
didn't even get to have one.
Around.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. Me too. So listen, you guys shared some powerful things there. Let me recap a little bit of what I was able to capture. So you said that entrepreneurs focus a lot on the reward, but there's also a struggle that goes with that reward, right? There's a struggle, and that's for real. And one of the things you guys said was that you should be okay with failure, that much of the success is determined by the power of mindset. You mentioned manifestation, Kim. Mentorship. Do you have a mentor in your corner? Someone that can help guide you when things get difficult or you're not sure how to proceed. That's also powerful. And a lot of times we don't do it. Real estate is interesting, right? As an investment possibility. It's okay to be cautious, and at the same time, couple that with the boldness, right, of the entrepreneur. That blend between caution and being bold about what you want in your life is probably the ticket from what I heard. And where are you spending your time and money, and where should you be spending it? Analyzing that and being very mindful about that. Did I miss any others that you guys wanted to throw out?
I did. So I want to touch on the mindset part again, because a lot of us, I know the biggest struggle that I hear from a lot of people that I mentor is what to do. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Or I want to start a business, but I don't know what to start. So I do have advice on that. I always tell people, if you're going to do a business, do something that you like, because the struggle comes also when you're doing something every day that you don't like and you're just doing it for money, or because it's a great idea and it makes money. You want to always couple that great idea and make money as maybe the second thing. Do what you like, do your passion. I love beauty. I love mentoring people. I love real estate. So those three things, beauty salon suites, kind of worked for me. And I had to make a choice because if you let me, I'll do 20 businesses. But I try to now focus on businesses that complement each other instead of having 20 different directions. So even with the private labeling, it's products that still cater to the beauty industry. So I try to now, and I had to learn that. That took me a long time to figure out, because a lot of times when you're in that entrepreneurial spirit, you just jump out at whatever makes money. And I mean, I was on network marketing. I've been on every type of thing. And I finally, at 45 years old, it took me that long to figure out, hey, let me focus on something I like doing, and then the money will come. The other thing I wanted to state is about knowing what your purpose is, because I had to find my true purpose, and I always try to set the right intention. When you go to do something, make sure the intention is not just about you, it's not just about money, but it's about giving back to society or giving back in some way. When that intention is set the right way, the manifestation, you'll just start seeing magic happen in your life.
Yeah, and I
Wow.
want to talk about
Wow.
the struggle. Like you said, the struggle is real. And one of the things is responsibility. If you don't learn to take responsibility in your job. Don't worry about, oh, it wasn't my fault. If you can learn to start taking responsibility now, you're going to need that as an entrepreneur so much, because it's never anyone else's fault. It's always you that has to pay. And when you learn to take responsibility, practice that, own it, accept it. It's all a part of it. You'll be blessed for it anyway. You're always growing. You're always facing another challenge. You get over it, you get stronger. It's okay. But you have to be extremely responsible. If you're a victim in your job, you're probably going to be a victim in entrepreneurship. Obviously, there are real situations where things happen to you in your job, but I'm still saying, what can you control? Understand that, and if you can understand what you can and cannot control, but take responsibility for those things you can control and focus on that. Don't focus on the pain so much. I mean, you may see this big smile, but I faced many things in my work as well. I'm an engineer in Indiana, Kokomo, Indiana, Terre Haute, Indiana. So I've definitely faced my fair share of challenges, and I still have my smile. So I'm blessed. We can't hear you.
It's
Yeah,
on mute.
Frank, I was
Yeah.
saying, yes, I was on mute, sorry. I want to give folks a chance to ask you guys questions, but I have a couple more because I want to like dive deep a little bit here. Um, the the issue of mindset, right, impacts how we manage money. It impacts how we show ourselves to the world, right? How we present what we have to the world through marketing, right? That's the main way to do it. So when I talk to a lot of small business owners, especially in the early phases when they're still trying to get to six-figure income and trying to get to like $250,000 of revenue, which is kind of like a milestone where you can then start hiring, etc. How do you guys approach money management? I know money is not important, right? In the sense that you shouldn't launch your business precisely to make money, only to make money. But we know it is important because it pays the bills and keeps us fed and all that good stuff. How do you guys approach the money related aspects of the business?
Well, one thing that I can tell you is having a budget and sticking to it. And you also have to have your priorities in place. A lot of times how can I say this without, I like the rewards after you get to a certain level. A lot of times, with this whole Instagram, the world we live in, social media, there's a lot of influence to have the best brands, to look a certain way, to Gucci this, Louis Vuitton that. And I'm not saying that you don't go out and get those things. But at some point when you're trying to grow a business and you're limited on funds, you got to try to decide where and prioritize correctly where you want those things to go. Do you want assets or do you want liabilities? Do you want something that's going to be more long term? So having those conversations, the first thing that I did was had to have a real heart to heart with myself, because I'm gonna tell you, I was caught up a little bit on that kind of stuff. I like to, have the nice everything and everybody has to know, and the image. I grew up like that, and I had to put those things aside and try to really figure out. Because when you were, at one point I'm driving a BMW with a 450 credit score. I'm just being real. Now, yeah, I have the rewards. My credit score is almost 800. We're good there. But it took time. I did not start there. And my mindset was all messed up, So I had to learn, okay, I want something better. Let me start getting my credit together. Let me start having a family budget. Even if you haven't started that business yet, you got to start planning for it. I planned for, before I opened my first business, because I was in the tax world, that helped me too. I planned for almost a whole year and saving money to get money for the business that I was going to start. And so I tell people, do your planning, but also try to prioritize. And even if you haven't even started the business, but you want to start prioritizing things in your life and things that you spend money on, just in your family, make a budget and try to see how you stick to that budget. Because I tell you, when those bills start hitting, and just like you make six figures, you start getting six-figure bills too. That changes. So you have to be prepared for that. And if you can't handle $100 bills, you won't be able to handle $1,000 bills. And that's what business brings: more money, more problems, and it's true. And you can, alleviate all of that if you plan and prioritize properly.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say measure your reward. You don't want to burn out. So we have also done the exact opposite and sacrifice so much that we find ourselves burning out. So you have to definitely have that balance and be responsible. So right now, my credit score is higher than it's ever been, but I'm probably driving one of the least sexy cars that ever. But that's where I'm at today because of where I want to be tomorrow.
Right. That's awesome. Thank you so much for being so real about that, and being so candid about it. I really appreciate that. How about the marketing? I know you ladies are amazing marketers. I witnessed that firsthand. What advice can you give us about marketing and marketing your vision to others?
One thing I can tell you is the people within your circle says a lot about where you can go. You want to make sure you're connecting with the right people, because a lot of people think, oh, well, I need to have thousands of followers on Instagram. And yes, that's a beautiful place to be. But you can have that right within your network if you're networking with the right people. Get with your chambers, get with your city, know what's going on in just the area in which your business is located. If you're an online business, see what's going on online and connect with other influencers. If you are a brick and mortar business, see what's around you and connect. Like the first thing, even in Malls of America, I connected. That is my house. They have about 100 other businesses there. So the first thing, and I love that about Ann too, we connect, we get to know our neighbors. Just like you do in your neighborhood, you do that in your business. Get to know your neighbors. And you'll find even those people send us people to rent. They are always, hey, I got this idea. Hey, did you hear about this? And your name starts getting out there just from the people that's around you. So if you're especially if you have a brick and mortar business, know who your neighbors are and connect, go talk to them. And if you're an online business, find other people that are doing something similar to you. That's the thing with our society. Sometimes we start to believe that if someone does the same thing that we do, that is competition. No, it's not. You can learn. Hey, what are you doing to enhance that candle business? What are some things that you use? Sharing is power. Sharing is power. Yeah. And the one thing I've always done is share my knowledge for free. I do that. If people want to know how to open salon suites, they want to know how to get renters, I share my knowledge, and that has never forsaken me. And I will never change that, because a lot of people like to withhold information, and I don't. I want people to succeed because it comes to you tenfold. If we believe in mindset and we believe in manifestation, so if I'm manifesting or I'm sharing with you and I make you successful, then the success just keeps going on and on. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's my biggest thing with marketing. Share, and also be open to giving advice, but be open to receiving as well.
Yeah, and I'll dig into that connecting part. So Kemyana definitely connects, but she connects in a way to say, what can I do to help? Just connecting with people and asking them to help you. Everybody's asking for something, but what can you do for someone else? And this young lady, she is the most resourceful person I've ever met. So I've seen her help so many folks. So even when we went to the mall, we knew that we could help bring traffic. So it's not just, hey, give us a space. This is what we need. Connecting with different entrepreneurs, you still say, what can I do to help you? When you talk about manifestation and mindset, that creates a energy, a vibration of assistance and mutual just upliftedness. Is that a word?
So yes, looking for that, not what can you do for me, but what can I do for you? That is super powerful. That's a great way to connect with others. So I could talk to you ladies all day long because I have a lot more questions and you guys are so fascinating. I love the spirit of joy that I feel from your business, and it's contagious, right? That's what people want to get with that joy, because sometimes life is not joyful.
Yeah.
So I want to ask the folks on the call, the entrepreneurs on the call, do you have any questions or comments? Raise your hand and I will pass you the mic if you have any questions for Kemyana or Anne. And Miss Gasoline has a question. Gasoline.
I actually do not have a question. I just want to say they keep pointing on every aspect of the business. People think getting into a business, boom, I'm going to start making money immediately. It doesn't work like that. You have to fail. Sometimes that's how you grow strong. That's how you learn from your mistakes and you get better and you strive. And also, yes, you do need to connect with the right people. That's the only way you'll grow. Otherwise, you'll continue failing and wondering why other people are making it and you're not, because you're not doing what's best for you. And it's not all about the money all the time. It's about helping other people, striving, and learning. You learn through these journeys as you grow. You got to make the mistakes. So yes, you ladies are awesome. I need to check you guys out because Mr. Danilo told me about you guys last week. I was letting him know that we were closing our business where I worked at, and he wanted me to check you guys out. So it's nice to meet you guys today.
Amen.
Amen. Nice to meet you too.
Thank you, Gasoline. Ms. Padgett has a question.
I actually don't have a question. I just want to say congratulations to them. I'm definitely, it's admirable what.
Ms. Padgett, can you unmute yourself?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry about that. So I was just wanting to say congratulations, and it's very admirable what they're doing. And it's definitely motivation and encouraging because I'm definitely on a new journey of my own, and also trying to help others along the way. I just wanted to say I appreciate them, sharing their story and their information and being so open. And I would love to connect as well, just to, connect and support.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. That's what the huddle's all about, guys. That's what the huddle's about.
Networking.
So yes, absolutely. Everybody here, if we connect, there's value there for everybody. So that's fantastic. Who else has a comment or a question?
Ladies, if you can drop your information in the chat also, that would be great.
Absolutely. I will do it.
Yeah, the connection is so nice. Even just when you say, what can you offer someone? The upliftedness, like just being uplifting is such a beautiful thing. There's so many things. We can spend this entire session talking about the things that are real downers. But that's the easy part, because you just got to watch the news. But just surrounding yourself with people that have something to talk about that and it's moving forward in these difficult times is very special.
Absolutely. Any other questions or comments from the group? Anybody else want to chime in? Don't be shy. It's Friday, guys.
Good morning. Can I?
Good morning.
Yes. Hi.
Hey,
good morning,
Wendy.
everyone. Good morning. Good morning to everyone. I just want to say thank you for sharing your expertise and your experience in life. It helps because sometimes we get trapped in things that we are doing, which we love. I do private investigation. I would not go back of doing what I was doing before. I love my profession right now, but I do have other dreams like you, Ms. Kamaya, correct?
Kemyana, yeah.
Yes, that you could do 20 things at the same time. That's me. I want to do 20 things, but I have to focus on one. So I stick with investigation, and thanks to Danny, because he's our coach. We've been doing very, very well. We cannot complain. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, you both, and God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you,
God
Wendy.
bless you too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bless you. The other thing I wanted to ask, and yes, go ahead.
Sorry about that. Forgive
Was
me.
that
Good
Marlon?
morning, everyone. This is Marlon Hill. I'm forgive me for not being on video. I'm in transition. But I just wanted to congratulate the ladies for inspiring our Friday and reflecting what this huddle is all about. I wanted to ask you, for the last year during this pandemic, what did you learn about yourselves and about your businesses that you think you're going to really highlight and hold near and dear as you go forward, as you move forward with your companies and with your families? What have you learned?
I've learned the value of peace. Peace at all costs. Even when it comes to business, I choose the peaceful route. Because sometimes when you get caught up, and when I say peace, I don't mean just peace because you're fighting. I mean taking time out for yourself. Self-care is very important. There's plenty of time. Before I used to think, oh, everything's right now, I'm gonna run out of time, and just the hustle and bustle of it all. Now I can tell you this pandemic has taught me to value those that are close to me, to take time out for myself, to give myself a little bit more care. Because running businesses, you can run yourself ragged, as they say. And after this pandemic, I don't do that no more. Nothing's that urgent. The call can wait tomorrow. The fire can get put out tomorrow. I'm not a fireman. I call them, call 911 if there's a dire emergency. Everything is not on 10 for me anymore. It's now on 4. You might get a good 5 out of it. But it used to be I lived life on 10 all the time. And this pandemic has taught me to sit back, relax, is going to be okay, even in business. Every phone call, all the money, sometimes I even surprise myself. I let money go. It's okay. So I really treasure my peace. That's what this pandemic has taught me.
Yeah, and for me, it's really the opposite. I live my life more of a 1, and I've learned to dial it up and speak up. We've lost some things because I'm more of a get along kid, and I do my best, and usually work out for me. But being down here in Miami, this is a different experience for me. So a lot of people are smiling and they're so sweet and you enjoy being around them, but you really have to learn to speak up strongly, make sure you're heard, and then you have to watch. Because even though they hear you and we're all nodding our head the same way, you turn around and they're doing what exactly opposite what you said, what was agreed upon. So my lesson has been really hard because it's I'll be 45 this year as well. And I feel I'm a mature, successful woman. And to learn that I have to speak up more, it was a bit of a slap in the face, but definitely being a bit stronger and vocal.
Wow, yes. And I see Miss Melissa has a comment or question. Thank you so much, guys, for that. Melissa?
Yes. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, first, I want to congratulate you, ladies. It's amazing to see 2 Black women doing great things in Miami. And I hope to one day come visit you guys. My business is Black-owned South Florida, and I pretty much promote Black-owned businesses in the South Florida region. And so I would love to come and maybe go live with you guys on my Instagram, just so that more people can know that you guys exist and help you guys gain more clientele as well. And of course, I just wanted to quickly say, I did mention it in the chat, but I am hosting an expo next month, June 12th. It's a Black Business Expo. I'll have over 40 Black businesses and food vendors. And it's just gonna be a great day. It's the pre-Juneteenth event and it's open to everyone. It's a free event. I hope everyone can come out for a little bit and just support Black-owned businesses. They've been greatly affected by COVID. So many businesses have, but the Black businesses have been greatly affected and new businesses have started because of the pandemic. And so we're just helping them get more exposure. So it'll be June 12th from 11 to 6 at Miami Gardens. And more information is on my Instagram page and I'll post it in the chat as well. And that's all.
Fantastic. Fantastic, Melissa. If you can
Absolutely,
pop that
Melissa.
into, yeah, please go ahead.
No, I was saying absolutely, Melissa. Would love to be a part of it.
Melissa, if you can put the flyer in the chat box, that would be great. So everybody can have
Mhm.
access to it. That would be
Okay, I'll
fantastic.
do
So
that now.
folks can participate. Yes, absolutely. So Gerald Mays, do you have a comment or question?
Yes, I want to say congratulations to Kemyana and her business partner. I grew up with Kemyana. This is the strange thing. I grew up with her. And I am actually the co-founder and owner of Mace and also the Mace Foundation. And it's just so good. Kemyana has the same beautiful, same personality, same hustle and bustle. And I see that she's brought it to Miami with great things out there. Kemyana, I want to say how happy and how proud I am of you, to know you and see these things are going good in that area. And I'm in Kansas City. So I was thinking about buying property in Miami. So this is good for me also because with that smile down there, of course. So my wife and I are going to look into doing things down there with you guys. And I would love to link up with you all and see what you all are doing down there. Thank you so much I just want to say hello to Kemyana. Congratulations.
Thank you, Gerald. That's my classmate from 30 years ago.
Yeah, 1993.
Yes, 1993.
We're not kids anymore. We're grown. We're grown folk now.
And Mr. Gerald, you're in Kansas City. Did I hear right?
Yes, I am in Kansas City.
Fantastic. Well, listen, you're connected to Miami now. Well, please join us on the Morning Huddle if you want to stay connected, and we're here for you. Thank you so much.
A lot of good information shared also. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome to our community. And I wanted to also ask you, ladies, is there anybody that has a question or a comment? Please just raise your hand and I'll pass you the mic. But in between that, I wanted to ask you about, it's a miracle how you guys opened your salon suites at the Mall of the Americas. That's a risk in itself, right? On top of that, there was a pandemic happening. So I want to ask you about how you ladies approach risk taking for your ventures, especially when you're starting out and you're designing what you want to do, and there's risk. On top of that comes a pandemic. How do you face that? How do you approach that?
Well, the pandemic hit the beauty industry very hard. And I went through it with them. We were 9 weeks out of work. We didn't know. And with me and Ann, let me back up a little bit from what we do. We do vacation rentals and we do the salon suites. So we had zero income for those 9 weeks, like literally, because we had vacation rentals and all travel shut down. We could not have anybody coming into the vacation rentals. So that was done. And then the salon suites done. Plus, with Mall of Americas, we had a LOI on the table. And for those, to just add some explanation, LOI is letter of intent, which means it's almost approved, but here's our intent. And that kind of went away. So that didn't happen. Like it was approved, then it wasn't approved because COVID. So all we saw at that time is our dreams just going down the drain. Our new business at Malls of America in December, we started the process in the October 2019. We're all excited. They're saying we'll get the LOI approved by December. Then the pandemic hit. So now that dream is gone. Fast forward to, and they didn't say no, they just said it's on hold. We don't know what's going on. We don't want to deal with that right now. Fast forward to March, everything shuts down. So now we have no income and we're like, what are we going to do? Now, we're not bad with money, so we had savings, but we still didn't know when we would be relieved. And going through that with the suite owners and with the people in the beauty industry and trying to figure it out together, I knew then that we would come back strong. I had that feeling. And I knew that more and more people were going to be opening businesses as time went on. So I revisited the Malls of America with that understanding. I had a team. I've built a team here in Miami in the beauty industry. and they really came to bat for me. Whenever I signed on a place, I already had renters. I literally had the place almost rented out, at least because this project took 7 months. So I would say I was 50% full within the first 3 months of the project. So that really resonated with me and was really a big reward for me to let me know that the seeds that I planted for these 10 years I've been in the beauty industry harvested when I needed them the most. So I'm happy for that. And that's why I say to people, never think that what you do is in vain. You're planting seeds right now. They might not harvest for 10 or 15 years. You don't know. But when I put the place, that started marketing and saying, I actually put a Facebook ad and kind of send it out to the people that's in my circle. I haven't done real marketing for Malls of America. And we only have 4 suites left to rent. I've paid only $250, I kid you not, in marketing for that place. But that has nothing to do with, it's the seeds that were planted years before and making a name here. So I knew then that it would be great. And I end up doing the private label company, and that's what kind of held us over and saving money during the pandemic and cutting back and, the grace of God, and we're here.
And we embrace the risk. For me, I'm very conservative and I get scared fairly easily sometimes. But with the pandemic, my thought was this, we're either going to make it or we're not. Do we believe in our business or don't we? And I do. So it made a lot easier for me. And I found myself actually pushing for us to do this because I was confident that the negotiating the lease accordingly. I was glad it fell through in 2019 because in 2020, we were able to negotiate in the lease, understanding that we're in a pandemic. So we wouldn't necessarily face what we faced with our other locations. So like Gasoline was saying, you learn from different things as well. So you can consider that a failure, what we lost, but we learned from it and we've applied it into this opening up at Malls of the America. The fact that Kemyana, she doesn't really stop. So she took a company that she said, hey, I want to start something. When the pandemic hit, she really worked it. She didn't sit down and watch Netflix and cry and be the victim. She really got to work. So then that inspired me. I'm like, hey, let me get to work too. Because honestly, it scared the crap out of me. So just surrounding yourself with people that compliment you. Kemyana and I have very different strengths. But when I see her go and I realize maybe I'm wallowing behind, I can pick up the slack and vice versa. So the risk of it all was understanding your business, understanding your off ramps. If this happens, this was what we will do. So we were comfortable with that risk and we had to bet on ourselves. A lot of times we want people to bet on us and invest in us, but we're not willing to invest in ourselves. So we chose to invest in us.
Wow, very powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Last call for any comments or questions from the group. Because I have one more question for you guys. Anybody else wants to chime in?
I just love the energy, the momentum, how honest and transparent you guys are. And yes, you got to include God in your plan because he's the only one that's going to set you free. And
Amen.
you spoke the words on that.
Thank you, Ms. Gasoline. So one of the things I want to ask you as we wrap up is, the world is changing. The pandemic accelerated a bunch of things, and now we have to deal with what is the post-COVID world. How's the post-COVID market going to look like? What's the post-COVID economy going to look like? So as we look down the road to the future, what do you guys think that we need to keep in mind as small business owners? How should we proceed down that road?
Well, one thing I can tell you is you got to stay true to who you are. You got to stay true to your purpose. And you have to, no matter what happens, you have to believe in you. I like what Ann said, that we took a bet on ourselves. And that's one thing, believe it or not, I appear confident, I appear, But a lot of times I have a lot of self-doubt. Like I doubt myself, like, really, is this? And when you start to remove some of that self-doubt and really believe that you can do it, look yourself in the mirror and say, yes, this is me and I'm doing it. I can't, I'm believing that I can do it. That's when everything will shift for you. Like I can't stress enough, mindset is everything. If you can believe it, think it, you can achieve it, and the manifestations it's powerful, but it all starts with you and self-belief and erasing those limiting thoughts.
True.
Thank you so much, Kemyana. And
Yeah, and with what we're going into with this pandemic and not knowing how we're going to come out of it, I'm a big fan of understanding that I only have to succeed once. Obviously, that's my definition of success, but I know what I want in life, and it's to be able to wake up and do what's in my heart and not necessarily have to just do what I got to do to pay bills. So if I can combine those two things, what's in my heart with being able to pay bills, then I'm happy. But just know, have faith that working will help bring about the necessary resources you need to accomplish your goals. What's in here is your connection to God. So it's not there by accident. Believe in it. Believe in yourself. Take a risk. It's okay. And like this is said, if you fail, you're going to learn from it. When we were babies, we didn't fall and say, oh my God, I give up. I'm not going to walk. No, we just kept getting up. And somewhere over the line, we grow into adults that are afraid to fail. And I'm a victim of that. It's true. But I just remind myself of little baby Ann getting up. And I find the courage and I just keep going. And you surround yourself with people that are cheerleaders. And I cheerlead this lady. And I'm so proud of what she was able to do there. She didn't pay an interior designer. She came up with this vision. She had some questions. She took some risks. And it paid off. It looks beautiful. I did the layout. I wasn't sure about some things. I'm proud of the layout. We're proud of the design. There's things we'll do differently next time, but we are proud of what we've achieved and everyone has helped us get there. It's been a blessing.
wow. Thank you so much. And I saw the space and it was beautiful. You guys did a fantastic job. Congratulations on all your success, but more importantly, congratulations on all your hard work, because you've earned every little bit of it. So, and thank you for being so generous with us today. I really appreciate it. Guys, let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. You guys rock. Thank you for enriching our morning huddle today. And you're welcome to stop by anytime, ladies. Please let us know what you're up to. It's kind of a support group for us small business owners, because we know, you said it, the struggle is for real, and
Yes.
it's hard work. But we can keep getting up. When we make a mistake, failure is not fatal. So we can keep learning and stay joyful and spread that joy to other people. So next week, I'm excited because one of the things that I've been wanting to do for many, many months is actually get the libraries in here. The libraries are one of the biggest kept secrets. They have a gold mine of information and tools and resources that you don't have to pay a penny for. And next week, they're going to tell you all about that. So whether you're writing a business plan, you want to do research, you want a list of prospects for sales, no matter what it is, they probably have it. So don't miss the morning huddle next week. Please share this with your friends. Let them know that this is a resource. We're trying to support as many small business owners as we can. I'm Danilo Vargas from the Mayor Levine Cava's Office of Equity and Inclusion, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you, guys.
Bye. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Stay safe.